so sorry to disturb everybody's dinner. Just take 60 seconds. We've got a table full of absolutely amazing people from all over the country that have traveled here. And tonight we're hosting a $100 dinner club. Everybody at this table has contributed or tipped $100 for you and for the other waitress who unfortunately had to go home because she wasn't feeling well. And then we put it out to our social media channels, and we actually had quite a bit more money sent in. So we are tipping a total of $4,400. For you to split with the other girl that took care of us, okay? So this, right here, this is for you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Tip your waitresses, okay?
This woman was just recently fired from her long-time waitress job for having to split her tip that was over $4,000. Imagine being fired from your job, being a waiter, for not wanting to split your tip that you made, you worked for, your pay. You were there, and it was on you. Imagine you were forced to split all that up with all your coworkers selfishly, and they barely did anything. This is why I can't stand jobs like that, and I give respect to all the waiters and waitresses who actually worked really hard for their tips. It must be a really hard job. But I couldn't do it because the reason why tips even exist is because on average, a lot of waiters, depending on the type of customer service that they put out there, right? They are able to bring home maybe $400 or $500 in one day, in one night. Okay? This is why the waitress minimum wage is normally between $4 to $5 an hour, maybe $7. It's illegal, but at the same time, you're depending on tips to survive. I don't know the woman's situation. Maybe she was a single mother. Maybe she's married. I don't know. Who knows? But it seems like from the aftermath, you could look up the video of that on YouTube. She was very disappointed and it hurt. Like, how do you fire me? I worked there for years. Excellent customer service. You could tell if someone's been at a job for years, that lets you know that they've been doing their job. They just been doing what they had to do. There was no issues between them and their boss or their supervisors. They're just trying to get by, survive like everybody else, right? But here you are, years later, there's like a great big moment in your life. You're blessed to have $5,000 tipped in your pocket. Next thing you know, your supervisor, all your coworkers are envious and jealous, and your supervisor is petty. He's like, no, you got to split that up. No, you're not going home with that money. You got to split that up. No, I worked hard for this money. And guess what? You got fired. This is the stupidest things to ever do. And then her employer, right? They made an excuse to fire her. But it was kind of obvious. They just basically painted themselves as this company, like, oh, we didn't do anything wrong. We just had to fire her. No, you fired her because you had to give that money back. She had to end up splitting the money. Her tip, I believe it was like $4,400,000. Okay? She had to split all of it. And then she ended up getting a lawyer to fight to get that money back. I believe she was fired after splitting the tip or before. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to link the information down in the description box down below. Okay? But from all of you who are watching this and seeing the clip, this is heartbreaking. It's not because she's a woman. I'm not simping or anything like that. It's messed up. No one shouldn't go through that. Let's just be real. I'm not going to be a heartless person. Let's just be real. No one shouldn't go through this. I respect a lot of waitresses a lot. I go out of my way every time when I even eat out with my children, my family. I make sure to tip the waitress as much as I can because they're putting in their effort, their time. They don't have to be there. They don't have to serve you. They don't have to get your order. They don't have to do you any favors. It's customer service. That's their job. They're putting their all out there. You have to have the confidence enough to do stuff like that and bust your behind. Stand up. Walk for hours. Make sure people are taken care of. A lot of people thinks it's easy until they're in their shoes. And they're like, oh crap, this is actually a difficult job. And a lot of them make it look like it's nothing because they have the experience and the customer service to get by and to take care of the individuals, the customers that comes in. You know, they want that customer satisfaction experience. They want to feel taken care of. Everyone wants to feel taken care of when they're putting their money down for services like this, especially if you're dining out. Not everyone has the backbone to do jobs like this. Not everyone has it. Not everyone has the charisma. Not everyone has the confidence, don't have the customer service, the empathy, the compassion to be a waitress, to be a waiter or a server. I used to be a food service worker, and I did a similar job, similar to this. And it was in the hospital. I think there was a few cases where I got tipped. And my manager not once ever told me to give him the money. Not once he ever told me to give him the money so he could split it up with all my coworkers. And I was pretty much doing the exact same job. Serving, taking people's orders. And by all means, I hope the company and the supervisor that fired her, I hope they get theirs. Because revenge is God's in the end of the day. That's why I don't really hold on to grudges, saying I hope I hope they die. I don't hold that over the people's heads. I don't hold that over them. It was wrong though. That's the stupidest thing that you could ever do. To fire someone because you gotta split the money up. And I feel like that's why she was fired. She probably had an argument with her supervisor about splitting the money up. Like, your success is everyone else's success. No, it's not. I worked for this money. This is the agreement. I take the tips home. Not 20%. So I'm barely making any money. So why would I work there? Because I remember when I read more on the news online that the company that she worked for, the restaurant or the diner, right? You have to give 20% of your tips. I believe you have to split 20% of your tips. It goes to your coworkers or some of it goes to the supervisor's pocket. What kind of stupidness bullcrap is that? You might as well fire me and I take all the tip with me. As crazy as it sounds, I pray and hope that this woman finds another job. And I'm pretty sure God has something in store for her because she was blessed to have that $4,000. At least she could have something to lay on for the time being to take care of her business, her bills, etc. She was blessed to have that money. She was blessed to have that money. My apologies. She was blessed to have that money. I respect a lot of people like that. I really do. Anyways, guys, this is Woken Up here. Peace out. Many blessings. Let me know what you think.